Okay, this is my second attempt on making you guys a lesson today. So today we are going to move from creating a linear equation using a graph to creating a linear equation using algebra. So let's say I give you a point such as like 4 comma 2 and the slope of, let's make it easy and say 5. Now we're not going to graph this, so what we're going to do is we are going to use algebra. So let's write out everything that we know, x, y, m, and b. So those are all the things in the linear equation. Y equals mx plus b. And let's write everything that we know. We know this is 4, this is 2, this is 5, and this is what we're looking for. So we're going to go through here and plug everything in. So y is going to equal 2, m is 5, and we're going to multiply it by 4 plus b. Therefore, next line is going to be 2 equals, oops, put an extra 5 and 2 in there. And that's going to be 20 plus b. Okay, so now we're here. Now we need to solve for b. So we're going to move this over to this side. So it's a plus on that side. It's going to become a negative. So that gives us 2 minus 20 equals b. So negative 18 equals b. So therefore we have our m value, we have our b value, and we're just going to go back into the quadratic equation, not quadratic equation, the linear equation, y equals mx plus b, and we'll plug in what we know. So it's going to be y equals, our slope was 5, and our rate of change is negative 18. So there is the first one. Now I realized that was kind of fast, so let's do another one. So let's make a, let me think here, a point of negative 3 comma negative 2 with a slope of, I don't know, let's say 3. You don't need to eat it then. Put it back. No, I'm making a video for class right now and everyone's going to laugh at this point. Alright, so let's write down everything we know. Y, x, y, m, and b. So we take a look and let's write down everything we know. We know this is negative 3. We know this is negative 2. We know this is 3. And we don't know this. So let's go to our equation and we're going to plug everything in. So y equals negative 2. We have a x of negative 3, and we're going to multiply that by 3 plus b. So next line, negative 2 is just negative 2. Negative 3 times 3 is going to be negative 9 plus b. And now we have to move that over again because we're isolating the b. Let's move that over. And that equals negative 2. And then we're going to add 9 to it. Is going to equal b. Negative 2 plus 9 is 7 equals b. So once again, we have our m value here, and we have our b value here. So let's plug it in. Y equals 3x plus 7. So I'm going to let you do one now. And let's have you do one that looks like this. Let's go 4 comma 9 with a slope of 4. So pause the video now and I'll let you guys work on this for a couple minutes. Okay, there we're back. And let's write down everything we know. We have x, we have y, we have m, and we have b. Now, we have 4, we have 9, and we have 4. So we're going back to our equation of a line. We're going to plug everything in. So this is going to be 9 equals 4 times 4 plus b. That's going to be 9 equals 16 plus b. So then we can go, we're moving this over, so it's going to be 9 minus 16 equals b. So that's going to equal negative 7 equals b. Now once again, here we go. We have our m value, we have our b value. Therefore, we can plug everything in. So y equals 4x minus 7. Now the one thing I could do with you to mess you up a little bit is I could give you a fraction as a slope, but you guys all know how to multiply fractions. So let's give you the b value and not the m value. So let's go 5 comma 9 is our point. And I'll give you a b value of 59. So we'll do the same thing we did before. X, y, m, and b. And we're going to go x equals 5, y equals 9, and this time this is going to equal 59. Therefore, m is our question mark. And it's the same process. We go back to our equation of a line, and we plug everything in. So we have 9 equals 5m plus 59. Now we need to isolate, so we're going to bring the 59 over. So we have 9 over here minus 59 equals 5m. So it's going to equal 50 equals 5m. And then like we've done a whole bunch of times, we divide by the coefficient. So it's going to be 50 divided by 5 equals m. Therefore 10 equals m. Now we have the same thing, but this time we're a little backwards. We have the b, we have the m, so we can go back into our equation, and we go y equals, and we plug in the values. So now, let's mess with you some more. Let's give you 2 points. Let's give you like 2 comma 3 as a point. Comma 3, and I'll give you, I don't know, 5 comma 10. I'm going to want the equation of this line. So now, what can you get using 2 points? You can find the slope. So we're going to go delta y over delta x. So let's label my points. This is x1. This is y1. This is x2. And y2. Okay. So now, we're going to go y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Oops. Let's underline that so it makes a little more sense. So now, let's plug in our points. We have 10 minus 3 over 5 minus 2. This is going to give me a super ugly number, which I didn't really want, but I should have planned my points out a little bit better. So that's going to give me 7 over 3. So that is my m value. I can't do anything about that. That's what it is. So I know my m value. So once again, we're going to go where I label everything. X equals, y equals, m equals, and b equals. Now we know this is 7 over 3. If you guys really want to make it a number, you can. Sometimes working with fractions is a little bit easier. This time it's not going to be. Then we're going to pick one of these points to go in here. I'm going to pick 2 and 3 just because it's a little bit easier. But you can pick either point. And once again, we're off to our equational line, just like before. So we're going to go 3 equals 7 over 3 times 2. And that's my son's game of Roblox playing in the background. So 3 equals, that's going to be 14 over 3 now, plus b. Let's make 14 over 3 an actual number. 4.7. 4.7. Good. So then we have to move it over, so we're going to get 3 minus 4.7 equals b. So we're going to get negative 1.7 equals b. And we're right where we were before. We have a point up here, we got our slope, we have our y-intercept. Therefore, we just plug everything in. Y equals 7 over 3 x minus 1.7. I think that's about as hard as I can get for a question. I gave you a worksheet. Just be aware on your worksheet, here's your homework worksheet, I accidentally, this is a B down here, but it should be an M. So when you get your homework sheet, just change those last 2 to an M. Right? It's on the second page of it. And then underneath on OneNote is your answers. So that is it for today. And hopefully I'll see you at Mass at 7, at 10, and have a great night.